Hey Maddie, welcome to another week of What the Fuck is Happening. I don't know what that delivery was, but
I think your comedic timing was actually perfect.
oh wow, thank you. You don't really need to inflate my ego anymore or I will explode.
I mean, anything to make a fellow friend explode.
That I don't know if that's hot or not. Did you mean
You're
that in a
right.
sexy way?
No, I didn't, but it could be a sexy
Okay,
sex.
okay. Well, misconstruing whether or not things are sexy is very much the gay experience, so
Fair. To be honest, and the straight man experience.
well, gays are
But
just
in a really,
men who like more men, so
true. My thing was like in a bad way, to be honest, in a negative. Like they
mine was in a
always
good
just
way.
everything is sexy. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
realized after I said it, I was like, these aren't the same.
They're not the same. I feel like we as a society don't talk about that enough, the fact that gays are still men. You know?
True. Is this so? We starting the topic now because I feel like this could really fall easily into the anger theme.
Okay, well it could. Okay, well my what the fuck of the week? No, that's at the end. My elephant in the room this week.
Elephant in the room.
Oh my god, shut up, just because I'm stupid. My elephant in the room this week
Wow.
is you spoiling that we're gonna do a topic before getting to it.
Well, yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. The elephant in the room this week is, what is it, Maddie?
Well, it's that we were lazy this week and we didn't write anything down. / nothing happened. I'm lazy every week, just to be clear. Like Nick always does all of the work.
I mean, it's not untrue. But that's because she does so
I
much
just
other
show
stuff. I'm
I
like,
just show up.
the podcast is like the one thing I ever do ever in my life. Holes.
Yeah, and you do it very well.
Thanks, babe. I mean, you have to say that, but
No, but I mean it.
it's
Otherwise
like,
I would've been
my
like,
mom says I'm handsome.
You're ridiculous. Anyway, long story short, this week
Taylor Swift
nothing
song?
happened. What?
Long story short.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Long story short, it was a bad time. I don't think that's the words. Anyway, keep
I don't
going.
know. I've never really listened to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, you
Anyway,
just witnessed me have a mini mental breakdown in real life. In real time.
in real time. Yeah.
In real time.
Yeah. So nothing happened, and so this week we're like, "Fuck, what are we gonna talk about?" And we've decided, by we I mean Nick again, doing all the work, was like, "Hey, let's have a theme," and that theme is
Anger.
anger.
I like this theme because I like anger.
I mean, it feels a little
Broad?
intense for me.
Intense.
But I also am constantly angry, so.
You're like one of the most bubbly people I know, but go off, I guess.
Yes, but inside, I'm stressed.
Inside.
No,
Go off,
I
Kim.
mean, I feel like I'm generally not a very angry person unless it's like at capitalism.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting because that's actually probably true. The stuff you get
Yeah.
angry about. Oh my god, I can't believe I just figured out the one difference between us as people, as human beings.
What
Is
is
that
it?
when you're angry about like big things, like
Yeah.
world issues and shit. And whilst I
It's
do
true.
get angry often about social issues and stuff, I also get angry about stupid shit. You also get angry about stupid shit, but far less than I do, I would say.
Far less, I would say. And even if I do get angry, I let it go very quickly. I do not
Oh,
hold
see.
a grudge.
Oh, I can hold a grudge like nobody's business.
No, I can't. I just don't have the energy for it. I'm like, who gives a fuck?
I mean, yes, it's absolutely draining, but like it's so worth it.
Why? What's the payoff?
The payoff is satisfaction.
But how do you get that satisfaction? Is it just
Because
like
3
you
years
secretly
later-
knowing that you're angry? Because
No, because I'm really good at
You don't
passive aggressive.
I mean, that's true.
So
That's
I'm
true.
like, I mean, that's one of the things I hate about me the most, but like, whatever. But no, I'm really good at passive aggressive. So for like, if I hold a grudge for like 3 years, I can literally embrace
Make
that
someone life's
and
hell.
thrive for 3 years and make sure that they know that I'm pissed. you know, for like 3 years.
Do you think that it ever gets to the point where they like don't know any longer what you're angry about, and they're just like,
Yes,
wow,
because I
he's
forget
just an
too.
asshole. Wow.
Yeah, I forget what I was angry about sometimes too. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I'll give it another 12 months and then I'll let it go.
Just to really make sure that I'm not going to remember what
Exactly.
it was.
Like, okay, well, yeah, like, I've honestly, the past probably 3 or 4 years, I've gotten a lot better at holding grudges and stuff because...
Oh, I thought you were going to say it letting go.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
What did I say?
You said I've gotten better at holding grudges. Like, I've fine-tuned my skills.
That's what we call the subconscious taking over. Ugh, my bad. I meant what I meant to say,
so
but my own mind called me out on is that I've gotten better at not holding grudges, okay? But now I just feel like an idiot and I've been called out by myself.
You should.
I do, don't worry. I mean, feeling like an
That
idiot.
was the funniest thing
90%
that's ever
of my
happened to
personality.
me.
Wow, that seems false. That seems like hyperbole. Anyway.
Okay, well, it was 90% the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
This is okay, no. I feel like I've gotten better at not holding grudges.
Right,
like,
okay.
I really,
explain this
really
to
clearly
us?
remember grudges that I held in like high school and late primary to high school kind of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't really think of any that I've held for like in recent years. So I can kind of...
I mean, I can think of some, but not over anything petty.
You mean for me?
No, like yeah, for you.
Oh my God, what do you remember?
Of a couple of like
Call it
people that you're... No, I'm not going to call it out on here. But I can think of a couple of
Oh no, this is
people
so
that
stressful.
you're... Okay, I'll just text it to you. I can think of a couple of people.
Be vague and I'll get it. Is it an ex-roommate?
One is, yes.
Okay, I don't hold a grudge against that person.
Okay, well, fair.
I wish them the best.
And then the other person, again, is not a grudge, but is a particular friend that we met in college.
Oh, okay, yes, no, I follow. That's a grudge.
I see. Oh, well, I don't know if it is because they're not a very nice person. So, is it a grudge when you have legitimate reasons for not liking them?
That's a good point. Is it still a grudge?
I don't know.
I don't
Or is
know.
it just
Maybe
you
we
don't
should
like them
unpack
because
that.
they're bad?
I think that person is infuriating on so many levels. Yeah, I don't actually know if it is a grudge, actually. You might be right. Because they're infuriating on so many levels, and, like, I think that most of it's fair because all of our other people that we talk to and friends agree.
Yeah, it's really true. It's not just us.
Yeah, but also, like... Oh, no, now you're making me feel bad. Because I'm thinking about how I've, like, acted, and I'm like, ooh, when I find someone infuriating, I can be a real bitch.
You can. I've seen it. I haven't experienced it personally, but I've seen it.
I mean, you're about to, bitch. I feel so attacked right now.
I'm just thinking. No, I'm thinking of a specific instance that had nothing to do with you, but you were there. No.
I'm sorry.
It was a birthday party.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. I think we can say it because it's not gonna. I think we can say it.
Yeah, no.
There's no way that
we were at a birthday party.
Yeah, with a friend
and
named
it had
Liv.
nothing to do.
Oh, maybe I should have said that.
and-
Maybe I should bleep that out. No, it's fine. Whatever.
Well, no,
Fuck
it actually has nothing to do
There's,
with
the
person
world's
we're
falling
talking
apart.
about.
We can call people out.
It's true. No, this actually has nothing to do with the person that we're talking about that we hold a grudge against. It's like a family member of theirs. Anyway, they were dressed up, I think in like... was it like a skin tight situation? Or...
It was like a skin tight, like morph suit. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Liv was like...
It was in a
What
crowded
happened?
room.
Yeah. You tell the story. You're going to tell about it because I only remember
I don't know
what
that
she
I will.
said. And how mortifying it was.
Anyway, it was a crowded room. People were may or may not have been making speeches.
Yeah.
And this person
They
may or
were.
may not have been in a place of viewage for everyone to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And for better or for worse, I'm not sure that this person wore underwear. And we were standing there, and me and Liv and Maddie were all kind of giving each other looks like, do you think that this person knows that their genitalia is, like, out there? Like, tits out, Agatha, all along?
Literally.
Like, it was a lot. You could
It
almost
was
see, like,
a lot.
I'm not saying it was a penis, but you could almost see vein.
It was a lot. The specific instance we're talking about, though, well, the specific thing I remember is Olivia really loudly had several
Yes.
drinks and was like,
Yes.
I can see his dick. And his,
Yes.
like, aunt was standing right there and she turned back to look at us and we were like,
Oh, God.
Olivia,
This is our cue to go.
stop.
We've talked about this person's family member's penis. We can ditch now.
Oh my God. It was actually a little mortifying, but also hilarious.
It was pretty
Like,
iconic.
because it wasn't us that said it, so it's, you know,
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh God.
Was that just after we went to the wrestling?
I don't know.
I think it
Maybe.
was. Because speaking of anger,
Right.
those wrestlers were angry.
They were angry that they were so bad at wrestling.
This is true. It was fun though. It was stupid and fun.
That
Literally,
was a
like-
wild night, I'm not gonna lie.
Literally, we were like, the three people who were least interested in wrestling and stuff ever in existence. Maybe we should go to an amateur wrestling match in a bar,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
don't-
drinking and stuff. Just to, like,
What
fucking-
were we thinking there? I think that was our year where we were like, let's be spontaneous. Let's do fun things.
It's true.
That was
And you know
literally
what?
the only fun thing we did. We learned our lesson.
I was gonna say we learned our lesson, but also the pandemic is our fault.
Truth.
We were
Of
in
course.
2019. We were like, let's embrace the year. Let's do things that we wouldn't usually do. Let's have fun. Let's be spontaneous. We were that bitch, right?
We were.
And then the
Classic
next
white
year,
girl.
the pandemic happened, and because we
There is
also
definitely a correlation.
well,
there.
I say that because 2020 we were also like, okay, well this year we actually have to be better at doing stuff and things, life experiences, and then the pandemic happened, and
And then we were stuck
specifically our
inside for
fault.
3 months. Obviously.
obviously,
Wow. I just feel like we have told our audience way too much about ourselves.
maybe not enough.
You're right. Let's dive deeper. So what's your childhood trauma, Nick?
Maddie, what's the shade of your areolas?
Off pink.
Off. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Childhood trauma. Okay, my childhood trauma. Actually, you know what? I was thinking about this not long ago, and it actually makes me angry to a point
Right. Yeah.
because, like, okay, you know how instrumental the High School Musical
You
series
know.
was in my life. You know
Yeah.
that was the wildest cough I've ever seen someone actually
Oh,
enact.
sorry.
You were like, sorry if you're not
was
watching the
like-
video.
Retrospectively choking on water that I just drank from
Mm-hmm.
my mug.
That's not the only thing you're going to be choking on tonight. Also tofu.
Wow. Oh, also tofu.
Also tofu.
No other type of meat.
No, you know how instrumental the High School Musical movies were in my life, yes?
Of course, I do. Of course,
Know
I do.
all the words to all the songs. Honestly, could probably recite a lot of the movies.
Good.
Right? And also, it was like... I don't want to say, like, a gay awakening, but it was like, it's what made me realize musicals were, like, that thing, right?
Right, that bitch.
We're like, we're gonna be a thing in my life, right?
Fair.
Okay. So, the third movie came out. Or actually, no, let's take it back even further. Okay. The second movie came out,
Right.
and I had this friend in primary school named Emily. And
Mm-hmm.
she was obsessed with High School Musical, Camp Rock, Joe Jonas, all that. And
As she should have been.
I know, and I was like, okay, well, if I'm friends with her, we can talk about High School Musical, and people won't think I'm gay because it's going to be her bringing it up.
Right.
So that is going on in my mind all the time, is stupid shit like that. Like,
master plan here.
right, that was my brain all the time. And anyway, so I had like a High School Musical coloring book and stuff like that.
Wild.
And it was a lot, and I was very self-conscious about it. But anyway, I remember when the third movie came out. Are you listening to my childhood trauma, or are you reading your phone?
No, I am sorry. No, I'm sorry. It was literally only just happened.
Okay, because you're this close to me holding a grudge against you.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't. It was just my boss texted.
Oh, that's okay then. No, the third movie came out, and I desperately, like, with all my heart, wanted to see it so badly. But because it was at the cinemas, I was like, well, I can't go with any of my friends because they're all mostly straight guys. Well, at the time, I didn't know, like, straight guys, but you know what I mean? Like, they were all macho whatevers. And I was like, and if I go with the girls, people are going to know I'm gay. And I can't have that because I'm pretending to have a crush on this girl named Chelsea, and we're about to primary school date.
Is that Chelsea, our friend?
No, I didn't go to the same primary school as Chelsea, our friend.
Well, that's rude.
No, this is Chelsea, who I was friends with since, like, before preschool. And when, I think, like, her 7th birthday, it was, like, a sleepover, and I was, like, the only guy. And it was, like, all girls, and I was the only guy. I don't know how my mum never picked up on the gay thing. Whatever. But I remember we were having a sleepover, and we all put underwear on our head because that's what you thought was funny at age 7. And then her dad walked in and was like, y'all are stupid. And I was so embarrassed because I thought it meant I was gay, and I don't know how. But having underwear on my head equated to me being gay. Anyway, this episode is now just turning into me being angry about the fact that my childhood anxiety was literally 90% about being outed by myself. And knowing it didn't work. Anyway, back to my original point.
That's a very valid thing to be angry about, but...
Truly. But if you now said to me, Nick, what have you been talking about for the past 5 minutes? I would not know what to say.
I would say High School Musical, personally.
Okay, well, back on that track. High School Musical 3 came out. I was like, I can't go with the girls because everyone's going to know I'm gay. So I suffered in silence for, like, the 6 months until it came out on DVD.
Sad. So you didn't see it in cinema?
No, never. Can you believe?
And
that makes me angry that kids go through that. You know?
Oh, this was coming to, like, a serious point.
Well, like, they miss out on, like, not even, like, queer kids specifically, but, like, that even at young ages, we can, like, have this idea.
Get worried about how we'll be perceived.
People are going to be perceived. Yeah, and it's like, how, as young kids, is that even possible for us to have that really notion? True. Like, obviously, it's society and shit, but, like, that makes me angry. That makes me sad. You know?
That's really fair.
Anyway, the third High School Musical movie kind of sucked anyway, so it was fine.
I mean, you're not wrong. Definitely.
I've only seen it like 3 times. Like... The other ones I've seen like 30 million.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, originally the ending made me too sad because I was like, well, they all have to go off to different colleges. That's so sad. They're never going to talk to each other again. And then I cried. But now it's just whatever. You know?
We should watch it again.
I kid you not. I was having existential crises at like age 8 and 9. It was a lot.
Classic Nick.
Literally. When I realized that my mom and grandma were going to die that one day, I literally couldn't sleep. I literally was crying for a full 12 hours. My mom had to like knock me out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I mean, I went through a similar thing, except it wasn't other people I was worried about. It was myself. I was like, I don't want to die.
Oh my God.
Like, that whole thing. I know. It was classic Freddie Mercury. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Like, for sure. That was me at, like, age 8.
Incredible.
Like, oh, I just don't know about this. Like, I don't want to die.
I say that's my baby and I'm proud.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that was. Yeah, no, what I was going to say was, do you think it's like a chicken and egg type situation in terms of like,
Hmm.
um, you were saying before about it sucks that kids have to be worried about like how other people would treat them and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and like it's true because other kids do treat people badly.
See?
But do you think that that's like a born from the things that we watch maybe because in like cartoons you've always got kids who like the main character is like bullied or is an outcast or whatever, and so do you think that like little kids take that on and subconsciously either become the bully or the bullied, or do you think it's the other way around? Do you
Wow, that
think
was a lot. In the world, there's only two genders, bullied or bully.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, true
I
though.
I guess. I mean, entire childhood shows like Recess and stuff were literally built on that codename Kid
Yeah,
Next Door. That was not a sentence.
yeah,
Codename Kids Next Door. Yeah, you're probably right. Even we were talking about Angelica and the Rugrats before as well.
yeah, exactly. She's such a little bitch. She is. She's so
We stand
mean.
Angelica and her doll. What's her doll's name?
Stephanie? No.
Yeah, no, that
Cynthia.
tracks. Cynthia. Yeah. I don't know, maybe.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. Do you not remember that
No.
in the one of the movies when she
Which
loses
movie?
Cynthia and she sings that song? The one where they
That's
start
Paris.
Reptar.
Oh, that's the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first one I can watch. Rugrats in Paris and the Rugrats and Wild Thornberries one. Those two make me too sad.
Fair, I guess.
At the end of Paris, when Chucky's like,
I mean, I haven't seen that since I was like a
oh,
kid.
his mum's dead and he doesn't have a
So,
mum and it's really sad.
Jesus. I do remember though, isn't the movie about him finding a stepmom?
Yeah. I don't need you to ruin me, okay? If I want to be sad about childhood movies, I want to be sad about them. Let me live.
That's fair. That's fair.
That
That's
is fair.
We'll call it the High School Musical 3 syndrome.
Wow. That's deep. I don't know. It's interesting though, because like, I always thought that shows, like kids shows and stuff, always frame obviously the bullies as the villain, obviously. But I
Yeah.
wonder if kids are even able to like process that. Like, I understand it's meant to be teaching them that, but how do we know that it's not just impressing them?
Yeah.
Like
Giving them ideas.
one way or another. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the moral of this story is just that kids are scary.
You're right. Do you know actually when we were younger? Actually, no, I'll tell you that story later.
No, I need to know it now.
No, I'll tell you later.
Why?
No, I'll tell you later.
Because it's too personal or too sad?
Because it's personal,
Oh, okay.
kind of.
Um.
It's not my personal, it's someone else's personal, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case. Okay. Well, do you remember the last time you got angry? Like angry, angry?
Yes, I do. I really do. It does not happen often, but this time was oof.
Go.
And it was at the Game of Thrones season 8 finale.
Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha ha.
No, I'm actually serious.
No, I know you're serious. I remember.
That was the last time I've been that angry.
Honestly,
I don't get angry very often.
if I was to psychoanalyze you, I would say that was like a fucking tidal wave of every emotion, like every negative emotion possible, just hit you all at once. You were a mess for like a month.
You're 100%
Loki, you're still a
correct.
mess. You're still triggered by the words Game of Thrones.
You're right. It does, in fact, create, just like it builds up inside of me, and I have to like rant about it and make sure that everyone understands like what was wrong with it. You're correct, for sure. I think if I was to like really dig deep, it's
Please
probably
do.
because that was like right on the back of like mum being sick and me getting
Yeah.
my own like thing. So I feel like it was just like a cascade of like emotions there that Game of Thrones
Yeah.
like really brought out, because I was like, this is a fucked up ending, and I don't like the way that like reflects real life and stuff. So you're right, for
I
sure.
think that
It
that's
was
probably it.
100%.
And also,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just
But
like,
it still sucked.
and it was also like seeing how little the showrunners ended up caring about this entire show and everything, the fans and all that. It's like, it's disappointing, I think.
It is. It's very true. It's very true. When you like invest so much of yourself into something, whether that be frivolous or not, like you still give yourself into something, and then to have it like stomped all over in whatever way that is, whether that be like,
Yeah.
you know, just a show ending badly, or whether it be like something more serious, it sucks. It does suck.
It does suck. It does suck. And it's
Big
like
anger.
Ivanka.
Big anger.
Oh, big anger. Yeah, no, but like, and it's true, it doesn't matter what it is that kind of you have those feelings about. Like, people find it stupid that people can be so invested in a show that they like cry when a character dies and stuff like that. And it's like, I think that that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's true. You're
That
you're
people
right.
are able
You
to
don't look
kind
at it
of
like that.
embrace their emotions like that, and like, it's me included, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I feel like it may not be real life, but I feel like TV, it simulates real emotions. So like when you love a character, like you love them, you know?
Yeah.
Whether that it's not potentially like obviously as deep a connection as a real life type of love, but it's still a love. It's still like a reflection of that. And so of course you then feel the corresponding sad emotions when something bad happens or whatever.
Yeah, totally. And I think that there's like an element of that the reason perhaps that it hits so deeply for a lot of people when something happens on a show, or when something happens behind the scenes of a show or whatever, or it ends or anything, it's like, well, you have a favorite character, right? And you have a character that you love, or characters, whatever. But the characters that you love aren't really the characters that are on screen. They're the characters that you perceive, right?
This is true. Yeah, for sure.
Especially in modern culture where like fan fiction and social media culture and stuff is a thing.
Yeah.
You build up these characters and these backstories for these characters and everything, and it's like,
yeah, you do.
when you realize kind of that like the people who write the shows and all that and the networks, it's nothing but a thing for them.
Yeah.
Like, it has no... That's rough. Because I'd probably say that about like
rough.
even like Teen Wolf, even though it's an objectively bad show. For the first like 3 seasons, I was like, oh, this is really great, and I love this, and I love the world, and I love all that kind of thing, and I love styles or whatever. And like, when the show started to go downhill, even worse and stuff, and like it just turned into like a shit show. And behind the scenes, you could even see that the actors weren't having fun, and they wanted they were leaving left, right, and center, and all this. It was like, oh, that's kind of sad.
No, you're right, for sure. For sure. 100%. Yeah.
Right? I don't even know if I'm making sense.
No, I do. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you love it so much, and so you kind of think that because of like the effort and the love that you have for it, you just assume that everybody else, including the people who make it, love it too, and then to realize that they don't, and they don't care, and it's like, I don't know. It's a bit.
It feels personal,
like, oh.
Even though you know it's not. It does feel personal, because
it does.
Especially
when they like purposefully try and like get back at you. I'm thinking of like The 100, for example. You know, like everyone really loved it for the first few seasons, and then like by the time you get to season 7 or whatever, and like they're killing off like main characters that people love, and it's devastating and stuff. And then you have the showrunner come out and be like, yeah, I did that because I wanted to prove to fans that, like, it means nothing and whatever. It's a bit like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, it's genuinely cruel
Mind-boggling.
to do that. Yeah, I don't know.
It's true. And it's kind of like, when you look at the showrunners like Jason Rothenberg of The 100 and David Benioff and Weiss from, that's their names, right? From Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think so.
You look at the reaction that the world kind of has to the shows and them specifically as people. It's like, I don't know why you would do that when it's going to affect your career so negatively. That's a completely different topic anyway, but yeah. And like, I guess as always, you know, all art is subjective and TV and movies and all that is an art form. So like how people perceive a character, I guess it's not really the creator's fault most of the time.
It's very true. 100%. And as you said, when with like fandom and people can create their own backstories and they can create their own headcanons and then they get attached to that version of the character, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the actual character that you're seeing on screen. And that can also be a bit difficult to reconcile sometimes.
Yeah. Hecky.
I don't know.
I wonder if the generation below us is like that. Because I feel like so much of our generation being between...
What generation do you put us in?
I put us as floating in between millennials and...
Yeah, okay,
Z?
cool.
Is it Gen Z? Pretty sure it's Gen Z. Anyway, we're floating
yeah,
somewhere
like
in the
in
middle
that
of there.
5-year gap, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you mean the Gen
I
Z
think,
or Gen whatever they are?
Yeah, millennial, I think depending on the source, ends anywhere between 1995 and 1997.
Yeah.
And then the next generation starts, and I kind of feel like people born probably 97 to 98, 99 are kind of in limbo.
It's really true.
I don't know, I always say this, we're in this weird place between the two what are they called, generations, and you can kind of tell
you're 100% correct
in our culture and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
I was going to say like
the self-deprecating jokes and stuff, and how we view the 90s as like such a cultural moment and stuff, all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
I find it funny, like, because we're young and we do kind of fit into the Gen Z thing or whatever. Like, people think of us as like, you know, still part of the younger audience. I was born in 1997, just for reference. I always find it funny when people like say to me, "It's like, oh, I bet you as a kid, you know, like." Kids these days, you know, like just watch TV all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, I literally still remember dial-up. Like, we had one computer in the house that had access to internet, and it took like we never got it. Like we had like a gigantic TV that had like a long back and stuff, and it's like we actually
and VHS
I don't know, you're right.
Stuff.
Like yeah, for sure. And then
cars
by
with
the time
tape
we get
players
to like
cassettes and all that.
Yeah, for sure. But then by the time we get to like 10, 11, 13, we still have smartphones, so we're still like growing up with that as well. It's weird.
It is like that. It do be like that.
It do be like that.
Yeah.
That's how I know we're in a limbo, because I'm like, we experienced both at the same time, and yet people always assume that we experienced one or the other.
Yeah, and it's true. And I think that, interestingly, I'd say that we had the 90s millennial culture right at the formative ages when we were, like, coming to consciousness. And then we had the Gen Z, like, smartphones and stuff as we were going from kids to teens, which is the other, like, kind of turning point in a life, right? That's right. Yeah,
little caterpillars into butterflies.
Yeah, I always just say the personality of people born 1996 to 1999 is all over the place.
You're 100% correct.
I think being in limbo is a pretty accurate description of us.
Yeah, for sure. And do you know what? It makes us feel very strongly about fictional characters.
It makes us angry.
It makes us angry. For sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wild. Anyway, What the last time I was angry, you ask?
Oh yeah, sorry. What was it?
Um, I don't know. Actually,
Was it?
unfortunately, well, go, what?
Oh, I was just gonna say, was it last week?
What was
I
last
didn't
week?
have a specific. No, I don't have a specific instance, but I
Oh,
feel like
I want to
yours
be
was
that person.
much more recent than mine.
Yeah. I want to be that person who's like, I don't get angry that often, but when I do, it's like a lot, like it's a blow up,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's scary.
yeah.
And I think I am that kind of person, but I'm also just, I get angry over stuff all the time anyway. Literally today I was
I
in the
feel
car with
like
Dad and he pissed me off. And he was like making light of the situation. And I was like, no, this is a serious fucking situation. Can you take me fucking seriously for a second? I got really fucking angry. Ugh. Anyway, moral of the story is Dad and I fought
okay.
a lot.
So in conclusion, no, you're the last time you were angry was today.
Today. It literally was today. But the last time I got like blow up, like scary angry, that was probably a couple years ago. But I remember one in high school where all my friends like stopped and looked at me and I could see in their minds their perception of me like change.
Wow.
Is because
1 second, sorry. No thanks, Mum. Go.
I remember in high school, it was probably like grade, I don't know, 10 or 11, and
Yeah.
we had this friend, still have this friend, who is a good person, but whatever. I hate feet. Yes? You can
Yes.
confirm? I hate
Yes, I can
feet. I
confirm.
hate, grosses me out, stresses me out. Well, we were in lunch break and he kept like being stupid and trying to put his feet on me to like get me riled up. And I was like, ooh, this is really pushing me to my limit. Because fucking like doing stuff to people that they don't like, there are very
Yeah.
few things that are worse than that for me to
It's
see,
really
to
true.
witness, whatever. I hate it
100%
so
agree.
fucking much. I was like, okay, you want me to get worked up? I'm gonna get worked up. So I completely blew up. I was yelling. I was being terrifying. I was like going off and I was like, do you know what kind of fucking person you have to be to completely disregard people's emotions like that? You fucking fucker. Anyway, I went off. And all my friends, my friendship group, like 15 people, were like silent, paused, staring at me, and they were like, that was scary. Like, it's not often you see someone get that, like,
Yeah.
wild.
Angry.
Anyway, that was fun. Actually, I can remember heaps of times in high school I got worked up like that.
I mean,
Not
I feel
really.
like high school is like a boiling pit of like emotion and puberty and like I don't
This
know.
is true.
I mean, I also feel like I got angry.
Angry? Called away ambulance?
Angry. I feel like I got quite angry in high school a lot as well. Like I can't really remember specific instances, but I do remember crying a lot and I do remember yelling a lot. But like
Eternal mood.
obviously retrospectively that's not like a real emotions, you know.
I
Well, it
do know.
is, but you know what I mean. Like they're like exacerbated by.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
felt like I was a lot. Because, like, I yelled at two teachers. Validly.
Iconic.
And both times I
Of
ended up
course.
being in the right anyway.
I'm sure
One
you
of them
did.
was just because the teacher was an absolute C word, and all of the students. She did something very specific on that day, and I stood
Yeah.
up and I went absolutely off, and then she actually apologized.
Nice.
And another time was when a teacher accused me of cheating on a test, in which I wasn't even in the room in that class taking that test.
Oh my god.
And
stop.
she made an actual official complaint. And I was like, you're fucking with my schooling, what's it called? Schooling? You're fucking with my schooling, and you don't even know who I am. Like, It was
Yeah.
wild. Anyway, I ended up getting cleared. They ended up apologizing. Turned out it
Good.
was someone else who doesn't even look like me. And I was like, it made me angry because it was my homeroom teacher who, for 5 years, couldn't learn my name. Yeah, it was a lot. And also, I was a goody
I feel like
two-shoes,
there's
so
a lot
the
of
idea
valid.
of being accused of cheating was like infuriating.
I feel like there's a lot of really valid like things going on there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a lot to
We in
unpack.
general had very different schooling experiences though,
We
because
really
I
did.
went to such a small school in a very small town. For both, like a different town and different school for my primary and high school, but both of them were teeny tiny. Whereas I can't even comprehend having that many people in a year group. So
Yeah, we had over like close to 200.
see, and I know that there are other schools that have like 600 and 700.
Yeah.
And like that again just fucking blows my mind. Yeah. For context, I had 25. 25 in my entire year group. So
Were there still cliques and stuff?
But we were often there was. But they were very small. Like 4 or 5 people pretty much. There was like no, actually there was only 3 groups. There was like the boys. And they were kind of like all of the boys.
The boys, yeah.
Basically, because they were all like the same. And then there was like the popular girls, the poshies, as we liked to call them. And then there was us, and we were like, well, we were the drama kids, so we were like very dramatic and creative ones. And there was definitely like outcasts as well, which is terrible in a group of 25 people, but there definitely was as well. So there was like 3 main groups and then some stragglers.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
Hecky.
Yeah.
My friendship group was the one that was just like kind of on the lower end of the popularity scale, but like
Yeah.
not like unpopular kind of thing.
Yeah, not
Like I had
bullied,
friends in
but
I was one of those people who kind of had friends in a bunch of different groups and all that, and
yeah,
kinda
we
hang out
were
with them
pretty.
all, but-
We were definitely all did like mix and match a little bit, but
yeah,
we also had main groups.
yeah, exactly. How wild, honestly.
Truly,
I mean, I guess it's not wild, but have you seen
wild.
Soul?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, you should watch it.
You
It's
texted
not.
me about this last night. Why did you
yeah.
expect that I'd have watched it today?
Well, you didn't say whether or not you watched it.
I said I really should watch that.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't process that. Anyway, I watched it last night and it was phenomenal. One of the cooler, like, best looking films I've ever seen, and also
Oh,
it was
really?
just really, really a fantastic story. And it was like a bittersweet ending, but not like straight up sad, which I like.
Nice, love that.
Yeah. But I mention it because this person gets trapped in like the part of the infinite universe where souls gain personalities and get their
Right.
spark. And they just had a really funny take on it that was like, we're going to send these 10 souls into the aloof section and these like 2 into the emotional section. I'm like, well, I wonder if we're sending too many people into the aloof section these days. But anyway, it was a very cool take and fun. And also Tina Fey, we stan.
Love her. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely give it a watch.
Good.
I think we're watching I Care a Lot tonight. Is that what it's called?
It's really good. I don't think your parents are going to like it though.
Oh, really? Mum's the one who wanted to watch it.
I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Actually, my parents liked it and my sister liked it. Movie night last weekend, but it's like very fucking divisive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you just Google it, the like review scores are really good, and then the audience score is like a 4 out of 10. And
No
it's like,
way.
you either really love it or you really hate it, because it's kind of there's no good presence in the movie. Everyone's a dick. And you know how the people
Lol.
need someone to root for kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this movie is kind of like
Fair.
whoever you root for, they're an asshole. And if you root for the protagonist, Rosamund Pike's character, you're rooting for this person who's like a bad person. And I think a lot of people can't really deal with that as a viewer.
No, they really can't. These days, people can't be like objective about those types of things. They're like, if you like that, that means you think that in real life. And it's like,
Exactly. It's exactly that. And, but it's very much satirical and dark comedy. And it was very good. I really, really liked it. Yeah.
Interesting. So we've got a 6.2 on IMDb, 80% Rotten Tomatoes, 66% Metacritic, 54% Google users liked this film.
It's divisive.
Interessante.
I think it's fantastic. I'd give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
There you go.
Probably a 9, honestly. It was very fun.
There you go.
Yeah, speaking of other pop culture stuff there, I watched for the first time both Borat movies.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen them? Or seen the first one?
No, I haven't seen either.
I think you'd like it. Although it felt really fucking wild watching Borat on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. Okay, the first Borat actually made me very sad. And actually a little bit angry. Actually a lot angry, a little bit sad.
There you go.
Because it's the like classic Sacha Baron Cohen. It's being subversive and it's taking on kind of the current moment social climate.
Yeah.
And the first movie came out in like 2006 or something, or 2005.
Did it really? Oh, I thought it was 2014.
No, it came out like 2005 or 6 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's him kind of putting a mirror in front of America's face and being like, you guys are evil. Here's the proof.
Iconic.
And it like really explores like all the Republicans and that kind of stuff. It's a lot. And seeing it, and nothing's changed in the 15 years between the first movie and the second movie. Oh, is that why
it made you angry?
It made me, yes. It made me so angry.
Fair.
I need you to watch it because there's one specific scene where he gets in a van in the first one with 3 like frat bros, Republican guys, on a college road trip, starring Raven-Symoné. And
iconic.
and they just say some stuff, and it's like literally this is stuff that Republican senators are saying on Twitter now.
Oh God, stop!
And that made me really fucking angry.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm writing it on my list of things that I need to watch.
That is okay. Also, they're both really short, which we love.
Let's see.
What else is on there? Social Network.
Bruh, look how long this list is. It's like things that I should have seen before, but haven't now. Like,
can you go through them and I'll yell at you? I
do you want me to go through literally all of them?
Literally want to punch you every time you say you've never seen Lord of the Rings properly.
Okay, we'll start at the top. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Okay.
Labyrinth. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Great movie.
Black Cauldron. Bowling for Columbine. Ooh. Lord of the Rings. Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
The Godfather. Monty Python. When I say a movie and it's part of a series, I do mean every single movie in the series.
Yes, I know.
Okay, cool. Monty Python, Alien, Sleeping with the Enemy. See, I don't even know what half these things are.
Monty Python, Alien, both great. I'm going through with you as you're going through. Monty Python, Alien, both great. Monty Python, honestly, they don't hold up as people make it seem they do, so I might be surprised if you hate that. I also don't love it, but I appreciate it for what it is.
Fair.
Alien slaps, the most iconic suspense movie of all time.
Sleeping with the Enemy. I don't even know what that is, but it was recommended to me. Yeah, Oscar, which is from 1991. I think Mum and Dad told me that one. Yeah.
Never heard of it. Never heard of that.
Singing in the Rain.
Okay, classic.
Back to the Future.
Have you never seen them?
No, I think I've seen glimpses of the second one, I think, when Mackenzie was watching them, but no, I've never seen them.
How do you understand any cultural references having not seen the Back to the Future trilogy or the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Do you know what? It's actually really hard.
You're a fucking caveman.
Yeah, it's so funny. People like say to me all the time, they're like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, You have a YouTube channel where you discuss movie and pop culture. Like, how have you not seen it? Like, I don't know.
I'm on their side.
By the way, I'm only halfway through the list, but
okay, sorry.
I've actually spent a lot of time thinking about this because it happens to me so often that people are like, oh, have you seen this movie? And I say no, and they're like, I was only asking that, like, obligatory. Like, I thought you were going to say yes.
Yeah.
And I've thought about it, and I think it's because Mum and Dad aren't really the type of people who are into pop culture. It's like they've not obviously actively kept us under a rock or anything like that, but they just don't really care. Yeah, they've not suppressed us.
They bring us and really care. They should have locked you in a room your entire childhood.
Yeah, exactly. And no, actually, instead they took us out to a farm in the middle of nowhere. We had no TV and internet, so
wow.
No. Yeah, and so I think because they just never cared, they never felt passionately about anything enough to introduce us to it, and so we've just never watched anything that they should have introduced us to. And so a lot of the time when I'm, like, doing my own exploration of things, like, those types of movies just never jump out at me. It's something that I want to watch, and so I'm like, oh, I won't. So
I really think that you're going to start getting, like, subtle cultural references and stuff so much more often now.
You're probably right. Like, you're probably right. Yes.
I remember one time you said, like, the first time you were ever, like, invested in a movie or a show or, like, a fandom or whatever was Teen Wolf in, like, high school.
Yeah, pretty much.
That blows my mind.
It was probably Percy Jackson, but Teen Wolf would have been,
true.
like, the second one.
Yeah. I literally, as long as I can remember, I've been a micro obsession person, and by micro I mean macro.
Fair.
Literally, like, the very first bedroom I remember, I had Harry Potter curtains. No, I didn't. I had Bob the Builder curtains, and then Harry Potter, and then so on. Before Bob the Builder, it was Bananas in Pajamas. I was always obsessed with something. Still am.
No, never. The only time I've ever had anything like that was for One Direction, and that doesn't really count because who makes pop culture references about One Direction?
Me. Literally made for, like, the last, like, 3 weeks we've talked about the 5 members that got 5 holes in 2 hands. 3 holes in 2 hands.
True.
I made that
joke, like, 5 introduced you to that. Oh my goodness, I've come so far.
I know.
Okay. Forrest Gump.
Ugh. I hate that movie.
Dead Poets Society.
Sad.
The Ocean series.
Only seen 2
I don't know why I put that down as the Ocean series as opposed to anything else, but The Shining.
No, there's like a trilogy and then 8, right?
Yeah. Well, I've seen the remake, which was fantastic.
Yeah. I've only seen the first one and the remake. I just loved that
because they were all so fucking hot. So.
Well, it also wasn't a remake; it was a sequel.
Fine, I've seen the sequel. Wasn't a very good sequel if I didn't need to watch all of the other ones.
It was a standalone sequel. Was the next one The Shining?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watched that for the first time last year. It's not scary.
Okay, good. Maybe
psychologically, it's a lot, but it's not scary.
Wild.
I don't remember any jump scares.
Fair. I feel like I've already got the entire plot of that movie just from watching Ready Player One, so...
That's fair, but I also did watch Ready Player One before that, but, like, The Shining, you don't watch it for the, When you're watching it, you'll realize it's not the plot, it's kind of the performances and the characters and the whole... Fair. Like, the actual hotel that they're in is a character in and of itself. It's really cool.
Wow, that is cool.
Keep going.
Chicago?
What? Didn't I make you watch that, like, 2 months ago?
That wasn't me.
Oh my god, you're gonna be obsessed with the music. I
definitely am. I don't know why I've been putting that one off.
I made Meredith and David and Dana watch it for the first time, like, 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think that's
literally every time I walk up to Meredith, she's singing a Chicago song.
Iconic. I've also got the rest of Indiana Jones because I only watched the first 2 of those 2 months ago.
Yeah, I like them, but I don't think they hold up as well as people think they do.
Yeah, it was fine, but as you said, it doesn't hold up. The whole first movie, it
was slow.
Not even having to do with Indiana Jones. It's like there's a whole plot going on and he's in it, but he has nothing to do with the plot. It's just again, makes it not hold up as well as people think it does.
Okay, sorry, keep going.
Terminator.
I don't think you're gonna like them. Sorry.
Fair. Free Willy.
The Terminal.
Well, I have to. Everyone always references it.
No one references Free Willy. Point to one person
Yeah,
who
they do.
references Free Willy.
I don't know, the general internet. When they're
No,
like, oh,
because
Free
you
Willy's
can't.
so sad. And I'm like, I don't know.
No. Okay,
Maybe it is.
delete.
The Terminal.
Keep going. The Terminal. No
American
thoughts.
Psycho.
We stand. It's an exercise in
Dracula.
constraint. Sorry, it's an
What is it?
exercise in constraint because Christian Bale in it is, oh my god, like literally the single hottest thing in existence, but he's a literal psychopath. So it's like confusing.
Fair. Yeah, Dracula,
Which
The
one?
Exorcist. I don't know. I didn't know there was more than one. Do you mean like a 40s one? I feel like I gotta watch all of them.
Okay. There's a lot of Draculas.
Fair. The Exorcist. Psycho. Maybe that's supposed to be American Psycho again. I don't know.
No,
It's got in brackets
Alfred
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock's. You're a lot.
Sorry.
How do you not know the difference between American Psycho and Alfred Hitchcock Psycho?
I don't know.
Alfred
Okay,
Hitchcock
I've just
Psycho's
never
the
seen it. I should be,
chick
like,
getting murdered in the shower.
psychoanalyzed.
You should be fucking psychoanalyzed.
Is that not American Psycho?
No, it's the
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. I know that, and I
Anyway,
I feel
keep
like I
going.
did vaguely know it was from Psycho. Anyway, A United Kingdom. Half
Never
this shit
heard
I
of
put
it.
on here, I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Invictus.
Oh, okay. Sports dramas aren't my thing.
Fair. Gallipoli. I actually feel like I have seen that, but it was in high school for history class.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
Oh, you're gonna hate me for this one. You're not gonna understand. But the Batman trilogy by Christopher Nolan.
I thought you'd seen them.
No. Again, I've seen bits and pieces of them, but I've never sat down and actually watched the whole trilogy.
But we've had conversations about the trilogy in which you participated.
Yeah, that'll just be because I'm making shit up. Like, based on what I have seen and what other people talk about.
I feel betrayed and bamboozled and gooped. Not because I like the trilogy so much, just because I now know that you could be lying to me at any moment.
Yeah, you're right. You should probably preface any movie conversation with, have you seen this?
Well, I always assume that if I start talking about it and you jump in with a strong opinion, that you've fucking seen it.
I don't know. I don't really remember ever having any strong opinions about these movies, but maybe I did. I don't know.
Okay, well, keep going.
My opinion are that it was really good because apparently
Keep
everyone
going.
loved Heath
I need you to stop.
Ledger and stuff. So.
I need you to stop.
The Social Network,
Okay.
Pretty Woman,
Okay.
The Ghostbusters. I've seen again the remake,
Yeah.
and now Borat.
Borat. Interesting.
Basically, anytime anyone says to me, "Have you seen this movie?" and I say no, I add it to the list.
Yeah, fair.
Or if I see something on Instagram, that will be why half of these, like a few of those movies, I was like, I don't know what that is.
That's fair. Okay, interesting.
So,
I'm trying to think of any series that you missed. Have you seen the Matrix Trilogies properly?
I'm sad that
I've only seen them for the first time last year.
I watched
Because
the
of
first
lockdown.
one in Religion for some reason, but aside from that,
Honestly, I don't know why they made you watch the first one for religion, because you have to watch all three to get the entire picture of the religious
Fair.
aspect.
fair. They'll probably just
Hecky.
didn't know what to do that week. So
Yeah, probably. You didn't go to religious school though, did you?
yeah, no, yeah. My primary school was a Catholic school, and then my secondary school was Anglican.
Wig.
So yes, religious, but not as religious. Like in the Catholic primary school, we did like prayer and stuff in the morning and before lunch breaks. But in the Anglican one, we just had to go to mass 2 times a term and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not
I
as
went to
anywhere
full
near as
Catholic for
intense.
both.
Yeah. Oof. That's
Hecky.
a lot. Hecky.
Okay, well,
Well, it's officially been a whole ass hour.
has officially been a whole last hour. Are you ready to do what the fuck of the weeks?
I guess.
Okay. My what the fuck of the week. Oh, my what the fuck of the week this week. I do have one, and do you want to know what it is, okay. Maddie?
No.
Oh, I'm not saying.
Is it how have I not seen Lord of the Rings?
No, it's similar. So, my what the fuck of the week is a call out post for people, me included, who movie shame. Mm-hmm. Who, when a friend says, I've never seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they say, excuse me? I'm gonna punch you in the face.
You're a fucking bitch.
So that's my what the fuck of the week, is people who movie shame, and yes, that includes me. I do movie shame, but that's just because I can't help it, because I'm what? Say it with me. Pretentious.
I was gonna say mean.
That too.
Not at all. You're not mean. My what the fuck of the week. I think it was going to be, I just saw this mug and I was like, wow, it should definitely be the mug. But I think we might have talked about it before. About how amazing it is.
Oh, I thought our what the fucks had to be a negative take now.
Or why do they have to be
something you're confused
a negative
about?
Take?
Because if do you want me to do an impression of you? I'll do a what the fuck of the week for you.
Okay.
What did that chick on the plane say her accent was? British or something?
No, she asked. Well, she was like, "Where's my accent from?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Maddie, Lady Alice 101. Even if you may know me like that. So actually, my what the fuck of the week this week is going to be the website Vistaprint for putting mugs on half price immediately after Nick and I bought a bunch, and ultimately forcing us to buy more at the half price. And that's my what the fuck of the week. Also, I feel bad now. So your laugh's iconic. You have a great laugh. And I didn't mean to make fun of it. I was impersonating it out of love.
Okay.
I promise you.
It's fine. I can take it on.
As someone who's been made fun of for their life. As someone who's been made fun of for their life. As someone who's been made fun of their laugh their whole life. I wasn't making fun of your laugh. Oh, because I have like a wheezy laugh apparently. Laugh. Oh, no. The kids in school did not feel the same way.
Your laugh is, I mean, it's just really funny to me. And not in a bad way. I just find your laugh. It's like one of those laughs when you laugh, I'm like, oh my God, I have to laugh too.
You are absolutely digging yourself in a hole.
No, I'm not.
Okay, let's just pretend the last minute didn't happen.
I love your laugh.
I love your face, whatever.
Okay, we love each other's faces and laughs.
Yes, cute. What are your socials, my doodle?
Lady Alice 101 on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yes, and also...
What are yours?
Well, if you want to follow the pod, it's WTFIH Podcast on Instagram and Twitter.
Sexy.
And if you would like to follow me, Nick, it's NIC_sushi on Twitter. Oh, we're also on YouTube. The video version of the pod is also on YouTube.
Which you should watch because it's fucking hilarious. Do you know the other day, Mum, the bitch, she was like... She was, because we were talking about setting up a podcast studio and stuff, and she was like, no offense, but I just don't want to watch you and Nick sit and talk to each other. There has to be something interesting going on. I'm like, what? That is mean. So you're okay with sitting and listening to us talk to each other, but...
And it's kind of mean, but like, I feel
it's
like
true.
Our parents' generation doesn't understand that YouTube, people use it like literally just for music as well sometimes.
Yeah.
So like when there's 100%. A podcast on it, they're doing other stuff. They just have that tab open.
It's true.
So that's what you should have said to her, and then you should have punched her.
I just did the second thing. I didn't do any of the explanations.
Oh, okay,
I was just like, oh my God, Mum.
Straight punching. Oh my God, Mum. Phenomenal.
Stop.
Okay, what should we call this week's at my doodle? What are we talking about? Anger.
Definitely the High School Musical 3 syndrome.
Oh, okay, I like that. The HSM3 syndrome.
Yeah.
The HSM3 vaccine.
Yes.
Okay. Title done. Great. Loving this new tradition of deciding on the title before editing so I don't have to go through and listen to it 50 times.
You're right. We didn't do it last week and I felt real bad about it. Especially because then
Didn't
you
we?
asked me and I was like, oh, I don't like this.
No, we did last week. That's when we were talking about Cancun.
I know, and we had to decide it post-recording. You texted me.
Only
you were
grandma.
like,
Didn't I?
No.
Oh, well, that was my
Let
fault.
me pull up the receipts.
No, I believe
No, it
you.
wasn't
Oh
your
my
fault.
God.
It was because there wasn't any time during the episode where I was like, episode title.
Right at the end. Oh, no, right at the end we were like, we didn't even talk about Cancun.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on, let me see the three because one of the other ones was also hilarious.
Oh my God. You're psychotic.
Oh God, I'm only up to the part of the... Yeah, I know. I'm literally only up to the part where you were like, anyway, the mugs are half price. Should we buy 10?
That was literally Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. A proverbial stepson.
A proverbial stepson. Am I
Or
pooping?
can't, can't. Again,
You trying to get through that was a
real
lot.
life meltdown.
Okay, well, we each had a breakdown this episode, so we're good to go.
Good. In
Good.
conclusion, yay.
In conclusion,
Right.
yay.
Exactly.
Me on my deathbed. Okay, bye.
Stop. Bye. Oh my God.